this is Pat Walker at Mission Winners. Hope you're all having a good 3-day weekend. Right now we're taking a look at the ETFs, the leading sector, or I should specify, the major sector ETFs. They may not be, these are in alphabetical order by the way, just have to share this. It is not an issue of, oh, the best ones are at the top, the worst ones are at the bottom. No, alphabetical order, but it allows us to systematically go through and note strength or weakness in major ETFs, which can lead us to what sectors, what stocks to focus on. It'll help you. This is a great exercise. You can say, how long does this take? Well, I'll tell you what, there's probably 28 of them I have here. You can go through, if I wasn't talking, you can go through 28 of them in 2 minutes. You're done. But you will have a better idea than the competition on what to look for and what to stay away from. So let's take it from the top. I do this every day, by the way, with these, and so do VIPs. Here's the IBD 50, just a proxy of leading index, leading stocks, going sideways, no price and volume, no relationships to moving averages. What do you have here? You have a higher low, and now it's formed a pennant. This was a negative day several days ago on volume. Always note green bars and red bars, open, high, low, close. So just kind of going sideways. What would be good? If it takes out around 28.50 on volume, that would be a plus. Is it going to? I don't know the future, but it's something worth watching. The IBD 50. Gold picked up. Gold picked up here on Thursday. Having a good day here. Had a good lift, good volume. Pushed through the 200-day. That's possible. Gold miners. Junior gold miners had a good day also. But notice, this is the telltale signs that sets us apart from other people. Gold, look at this. Gold miners, big gold miners, took out the 200-day. Junior gold miners did not. What does that tell you? Well, if I'm going to focus on something, I guess it'd be the gold miners and not the junior. There you go. There's your $1 million lesson right there. Here's gold. Gold is stronger. Look at that. Good day on Thursday. See that? Near tops. That's something to look at. Biotech starting to pick up again. Pushing through the moving averages. It's above the 50-day and the 200-day. Remember that. Above the 50 and the 200-day. Technology below the 50 and the 200-day. Perhaps it'll push through the 200-day. Mid-cap below the 50 and the 200-day. Lagging. Small cap starting to pick up a little bit. It's below the moving averages, but what catches your eyes? Right away it should hit you. And that sucker lifted across the top here on a pickup in volume. What does that show? Perhaps there's more of a risk appetite coming into the market. Small caps picked up a bit. There you go. Oil services, lagging. Nothing to do with it. Don't dwell on this too much. Well, I guess I got to find an... Why? There's nothing there. Look at this. I'll show you something. I'll go back to this. The IBD 50 up here on a pickup in volume. All right? IWM, there. Oil services, really nothing special. Nothing really great. Perhaps it will pick up, but at this point in time, nothing great. Software, picking up a little bit, but there's no volume coming into it. It's going to need volume. Perhaps it'll take out these tops. QQQ, check this out. Software below the purple line's the 200-day. Software below the 200-day. NASDAQ 100, a little bit above the 200-day. There you go. Steel. Yeah, it's lost its metal. Okay, I'm sorry, it's a bad pun I had to say. There's nothing there. Semiconductors hovering around the 200-day. What catches your eye on the semiconductors? Thursday. Gaps up, reverses down on a pickup in volume. Negative bar. Things that we take into consideration. Spiders. Picking up a little bit below the 200-day, but it's picking up. Now look at, here's the spiders. And this is what we do with Mission Winners. Here's the spiders, okay? Here's the Qs. The Qs above the 200-day. Spiders below the 200-day. What does that tell us? I think, if I'm looking for strength, I guess I'd probably focus more on the NASDAQ, the growth stocks, the bigger growth stocks. Duh. Here we go. Doing it again. NASDAQ 100, a little bit above the 200-day. S&P 500, below a falling 200-day. Now, could this eventually catch up? Yes, But right now, and we live in the now, the NASDAQ, the big NASDAQ stocks are outperforming. There you go. Solar below the flat, slightly falling 200-day. Really, it's going sideways, nothing great. Small cap below a falling 200-day. And again, here's TNA. This is the leverage one. TNA, I'll do IWM. Let's do apples to apples. IWM is lifting up. And by the way, I want to share something with you. What are you seeing in a lot of these patterns? A higher low. IWM below the 200-day. That's falling, the purple line. QQQ above the 200-day that's going sideways. Which is stronger? Which is stronger? NASDAQ 100. That's how we systematize things. Go back, steel, nothing. Semiconductors hovering around the 200-day, but this was a bad day on Thursday, needs to push. Spiders, we pointed out, higher low below the 200-day, but it is starting to pick it up. But it does have a higher low. Could be a turn. Solar below the 200-day, really nothing special there. Small cap, like IWM. Good day on Thursday, below the moving averages, not that powerful, okay? Oil, we're talking about oil and everything. You can read all the headlines about, they're going to do this and they're going to do that. You know what? You can have all kinds of news headlines, but you know what most of the news is that you need? It's in the charts. It's in the charts. Aerospace, kind of grinding up here a little bit, but look at it in relation to the 200-day. Check this out. Here's aerospace. There's aerospace. I go back to the Qs. Which is stronger? Qs above the 200-day. Aerospace below the 200-day that's falling. Home builders higher low and picking up below the 200-day. You look at this chart. There's another great lesson for everybody. Look at this chart, and I'm not picking on home builders, please. That's not the point here. I'm big on education. You look at this chart and you say, would you see this in any chart book saying, oh gosh, this is what we're looking for? And I think the answer is no, it's not. So move on. Basic materials. Materials picking up. Look at that. Look at that volume that came into that on Thursday. Now that's interesting. Approaching the 50-day. Higher low. Could that be signaling a possible improvement in building? Well, sure. Is it going to happen? I don't know the future, but all we can do is look at what is happening. It tells us a lot about what could happen going forward. Always have a plan to get in, and always have a plan to get out, and always have a plan to stay out. I can't stress that enough. And again, we always focus on price and volume in relation to moving averages. Here's the next one for us. Telecommunications. Communications picking up a little bit. Again, you look at this chart, it does have a higher low. It's in no man's land. A lot of these are in no man's land, all right? What does that tell us? Well, the market's not in the best of shape. It also tells us something. Don't force it, hero. Don't be a hero and say, I've got to find something. Charts talk. Every day, charts talk. They send us a message. And our job is to listen to the message. Just listen to it and act accordingly. Don't impose our will on the chart. Well, it has to go up. Why? Because we think it does? There's a great quote from Dave Landry. I love this quote. And I had this quote, I've said this before, I've had this quote taped to my computer monitor for dang near 20 years, and it saved me. I'll believe in what I see and not in what I believe. And I'll tell you where it really, really helped me. It helped me in 2000, and it really helped me in 2008. So remember that. I'll believe in what I see and not in what I believe. It is what it is. It is what it is. Banish this thought also. I'm not trying to preach here. It just has to go up. Why? Because you think it does? It doesn't know you exist. The stock doesn't know you exist. It's just a chart. Get in line with what is, and life is easier. I say this is my own thought. When we accept we don't know the future, we see the future clearer. Think about that. When we accept the fact we don't know the future, we see the future clearer. Which leads to another very important point for all of you. For me too. Study, truly study charts of past winners. We teach this every day at Mission Winners. Truly study charts of past great winners. We're making a book on it, as a matter of fact. In fact, we're making 2 books on it. Chart analysis. No hocus pocus, nothing fancy, but it constantly reinforces in our mind what to look for. Train our eyes, train our mind, and turn off the noise. So there's energy. Financials, picking up a little bit, still below the moving averages. High or low, perhaps it'll take the turn and go. We'll see. Industrials, high or low, below the moving averages. Nothing special there. Technology. Aha. Now watch this. Home builders below the 200-day. The purple line is the 200-day. Materials below the 200-day. Communications below the 200-day. Energy below the 200-day. Financials below the 200-day. Industrials below the 200-day. Technology at the 200-day. See the difference? Hear the difference? Technology. That's good. What does that tell us? Technology is stronger. So what should we do with that knowledge? Maybe focus on some technology stocks. There you go. Consumer staples. It's okay. Approaching the 200-day. It's closer to the 200-day than a lot of them. Utilities approaching the 200-day. That could be good for rate, in relation to rates. Also possibly a defensive type of move. Healthcare at the 200-day. Possibly related to COVID-19 events. And also kind of a defensive sector at times. Consumer discretionary below the 200-day, really nothing there. Metals and mining below the 200-day, really nothing there. You don't have to do too much with that, okay? Retailing starting to pick up a little bit below the 200-day. Nice to see possibly the consumer coming back. And then software going sideways. Decent day on Friday. Still below a falling 200-day. The moral here is not to give us just a synopsis overview of the ETFs and the industries they represent. It's to help frame up a game plan so that we know what to do. By observing what is happening with an open mind, it helps us map out what could potentially happen in the future when you know charts, which is what we teach. Charts and investing tactics. Just go through and study it. This is part of my routine. I do this every day. And you can say, boy, this video is 12 minutes long, 13, my good Lord. No, that's because I'm talking and explaining. You'll get to the point where you can go through them and you're ready in 2 to 3 minutes. You have a much better foundation of what's strong and what's weak and a plan of attack in the markets than most other people.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.